After staying at the Waldorf Astoria last year in Vegas, I set a goal to stay at every single Waldorf Astoria property in the world. Not just the city, the world.
Not just the city, the world.
So to take some action towards that goal, I decided to book a 2-night stay at the Waldorf Astoria in Washington, D.C. And I'm not 100% on this, but I'm pretty sure all the Waldorf Astoria properties are part of American Express's Fine Hotel and Resorts collection, which means you get guaranteed 4 p.m. late checkout, daily breakfast for 2, a $100 experience credit, and a few other benefits. So when you first step foot in this property, you can already smell the signature Waldorf Astoria scent, which honestly is so refreshing and never gets old, especially after you've been outside for hours. It's really nice. The lobby of this hotel in particular was different than any other lobby I have seen before, and I personally really like that they change the decor every so often. So before that I got there, I know they had like the cherry blossom theme, and when I was there they had an Alice in Wonderland theme. So they had a maze, life-size chessboard, giant cards hanging on the walls. My brother actually said he hated the lobby and he liked the lobby at the W in Fort Lauderdale better. I'll include clips of that so you can let me know if you agree or disagree. I personally disagree. Now, the Waldorf Astoria in DC did let me check in early, as do most hotels, honestly. And they even have an attendant that helps you bring your luggage to your room, which I have never experienced at any other Waldorf property or any other luxury property in general. Now, before I get into my thoughts on the actual room, when I first got there, I was very tired from my early flight, so I decided to take a quick nap. And then I was woken up by the doorbell ringing, which I thought was very strange. And it was 2 of the hotel staff because somebody said it was my birthday. They brought up champagne, macaroons, and a cute little chocolate cake that had gold on it. And it was really funny because when I first opened the door, the guy was like, "Oh my gosh, happy birthday, it's your birthday." And I'm like, I wanted to say no, but he already came with all the treats, so I wasn't going to turn him away. And he was just staring at me for a long time, and I was really confused before he eventually asked me how old I was. And he wanted to know if I was 21 or not, so I told him that I was 22, and he asked me for my ID. So when I gave it to him, I was born in 2001, so he was on his fingers counting 2001, 2002, and it was just like really funny and also really awkward, but he eventually gave me the treats. Everything was delicious, and I really did appreciate this gesture because it really wasn't my birthday, and I would never lie about that because I know you have to give your ID at check-in, which clearly says that it's not my birthday. This was my first time not staying in a suite in a very long time, but I honestly don't think it took away from the experience or the trip. I think the room was still just as nice. Of course, a suite would have been better, but the decoration and the decor of this room, the cleanliness, 10 out of 10. The bathroom was my favorite part. I feel like it was spacious enough. The gold, the marble, all the little details, the gold fixtures. And I feel like one thing that made the space feel bigger than it actually was the fact that the ceilings were so high. There's also this office area that I believe that all the rooms and suites have, and they're behind these blue, beautiful regal curtains. And I feel like that also helps the room feel a little bigger than it is because you can close the curtain and kind of have someone be in their own area, kind of out of sight, out of mind. And I think our favorite part of the room was actually the coffee maker, which we used to make way too much tea. You are able to call and request extra sugar, extra cups, extra tea packets, extra everything. I personally enjoy the chamomile tea without any sugar. And we also went to the restaurant on property, which is called the Bazaar. I think I'm done with fine dining restaurants for a while. Maybe not fine dining, but more Michelin star restaurants. Anything that's finer than the Capitol Grill. However, I did want to eat there specifically because I've never eaten at a hotel restaurant while I was staying there. So I really wanted to be able to just go down from my room and eat at the restaurant just for the experience. And honestly, the restaurant was beautifully decorated, so I'm not mad or sad that I had that experience. I just won't be doing it again. And if you do decide to go to that particular restaurant, or just if you're traveling in general, I highly recommend you download the In-Kind app because I was able to save like $75 on all my restaurant purchases for that day with this app and get cash back. I think I had like $60 cash back. Let's start with the best and the worst dish. The worst dish for me was Jose's taco. It was so hard for me to chew through that. I had to remind myself that I'm an adult, I'm in public, and all I have to do is just take slow bites and it'll be over soon. But the presentation was a 10 out of 10. And the best dish for me was the tomato bread. It was just bread with tomato sauce and I believe olive oil as well. There wasn't really a lot of flavor, but it also wasn't bad. My mom was there with me and she was like, yeah, so you just pay one price and then you look at the menu and you order everything that you want and then it's all just that one price, right? I'm like, wrong. But with the In-Kind app, we did need to spend $200 to get, I think it was $50 off, so it was fine. And I will put a picture of the bill up here so you can see the name of everything we ordered. Now, after dinner, we did decide to explore the hotel a little bit, and we found this room called the Lincoln Library. Inside was this huge open space with a kitchen, so I'm pretty sure it might be one of their event spaces. And inside the event space, it had several bookshelves in each little corner of the room. And the books are from 1900s, early 1900s. And the bookshelves actually opened, which really surprised me because I'm not even sure if we were supposed to be in there. So to have free access to everything that was in the room was pretty amazing to me, and it's an experience I didn't have in Waldorf Las Vegas. And I feel like because Waldorf DC is a little bit smaller, it is more intimate and it feels more like home. I felt like more cozy there. However, in our defense, in Vegas, we only stayed at that hotel for one night, and we walked all the way from Palazzo to the Waldorf Astoria, which is about a 2-mile walk in the heat with our luggage. So when we did get to the hotel, we didn't feel like doing anything else for the rest of the trip. So when I go again this year, we're going to be there for 3 nights, and hopefully I'll do some more exploring and really be able to compare the hotels a little bit better. I also stopped by the fitness center, and they do have an abundance of water bottles. Waldorf Astoria DC does provide you with complimentary water bottles during your stay. They're actually glass water bottles, and I've never gotten a glass complimentary water bottle from a hotel before, so that was really exciting. However, it's an 8-ounce glass of water, and it's actually a brand name bottle of water. So I think it's Pan Aqua. And in Waldorf Astoria Las Vegas, they just give you like standard water bottles with the Waldorf Astoria logo on it. So I think that was also pretty interesting, just the small slight differences between the different locations. This is really the cool part. The fitness center also had complimentary headphones, just like a bucket of headphones. And then I think this is pretty standard, just the cold cloth with eucalyptus on it. Facility, the fitness center itself is pretty standard. I don't really work out all that much, so I can't give you like a full review of everything that was in there, but it was really clean, pretty empty. And on our last day at the hotel, we did decide to leave our luggage with the hotel and explore the clock tower, which is actually not owned by the Waldorf Astoria, so it had its own separate entrance, and it also closes, I think, at 4:30 p.m. So I thought that we would just be able to go and walk over anytime that we wanted. No, you have to go through security, you have to wait in line, there are rules, there's structure, because again, it's not owned by the Waldorf. It was pretty cool up there. It's a little smaller than I thought it would be. It was kind of crowded, but it wasn't overwhelming. You can stay up there as long as you would like and really take in the views of DC. We were able to see the White House during the whole entire stay. We didn't realize how close we actually were to the White House. The location of this hotel is also really nice depending on how much you are able to walk. Most of the museums are within 1 mile distance. So if you're looking to do museums, most like the touristy stuff in Washington, DC, I think this hotel is located pretty well in the middle of everything. But if you're looking to do more actual activities, like there's something called Beat the Bomb, there is just different museums that are farther away. The Ubers can be pretty pricey if you're not looking to do public transportation, so just keep that in mind. But I feel like that's with any trip you take. There's always going to be stuff that you want to do that's farther away from your hotel. I actually don't have the Platinum card because I always felt like I don't travel enough. I travel about 6 or 7 times per year, which is more than the average person, but I felt like, to me, a frequent traveler is someone who travels at minimum once per month. However, with that being said, I think I am going to apply for the Platinum card early next year because 99.9% of the hotels I stay at are part of the Fun Hotel and Resorts collection. And I think I'm ready for my travel experience to be enhanced with no extra cost to me. I literally dream about 4 p.m. checkout, guaranteed, and daily breakfast. But we'll see, because I also don't have the Platinum card, but I still enjoy some of the benefits of the Platinum card, such as early check-in, but it's not the same. I know it doesn't compare to the actual benefits, so we will see, probably early next year. So stay tuned for that. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.